joined us. Mr. Murthy, good afternoon. Thanks a lot for joining us. Well, the IT sector is directly under Donald Trump's gaze. In a recent campaign speech, he even mentioned TCS and HCL Tech by name. Your fears, sir, at this juncture with the Trump presidency?
Well, first of all, the Americans have spoken and have elected Mr. Donald Trump as the president-elect. It's, they would have created history if Mrs. Hillary Clinton had been elected the president. But then, that is their democracy. They have chosen. And I congratulate the people of the U.S. In so far as our industry is concerned, I think we have to look at it at the microeconomic level. As I have said many times in the past, our challenge is to make ourselves more and more attractive to our customers by bringing innovation, by working harder, by working smarter. So all that we need to do is to become even more attractive to our American customers. And then I believe that we will continue to grow like we want. So therefore, I see it as a very positive challenge.
But immediately, would you expect visa fees to go up, visa eligibility conditions to get tighter? Life just gets tougher to get the same amount of business for Indian IT.
Well, again, it all depends upon what their priorities are and, how they want to handle it. And I'm sure, having been in business, President Trump would also listen to lots of business leaders in the country. And then if we are seen as very critical to the success of the U.S. industry, both in terms of their domestic revenues and in their export revenue, and I'm sure they will factor those pieces of information into their decision making.
Thanks for joining us, sir. One is the direct impact to Indian IT. The other is, if there is, as somebody earlier speaker on the show said, there's an ideological shift under the new president, that is President-elect Trump, in terms of the way of doing business and how large corporations will have to deal with new policies. I mean, IT companies at the end of the day derive revenues from servicing and providing services to these companies. What are your thoughts, having sort of worked very closely with some of the top companies, top executives in the U.S. for many years, sir? You're very, you know how that system works. How do you think that will fare under Mr. Trump in terms of this business cycle going ahead?
No, I didn't understand the question. Can you ask me in a simple sentence?
Yes, sir. Apologies for that. I was just saying that if Mr. Trump changes the rules of engagement for American companies with the rest of the world, in terms of all these trade deals, renegotiating some of the trade deals, that can have an impact on the companies which provide business to outsourcing companies like Indian IT. Do you see an impact coming indirectly via that route?
Well, whatever happens, at the end of the day, every corporation creates models that look at both benefits and costs. Insofar as benefits are larger than costs, then you take such a decision. So therefore, as I said, on our side, it is very, very important for us to become even more valuable to the corporations in the U.S. so that they see greater benefits. That's what is entirely within our hands, and that's what we should be doing. So frankly, I don't really worry about any of these macroeconomic issues, at least the decisions at that level, because there is so much of opportunity for us, the Indian companies, to improve what we deliver to improve our productivity, improve our quality, to bring innovation. Therefore, I don't think we should be worrying about those issues.
Sir, just to persist, what my colleague was asking, I think his point is that globalization now is clearly retreating. It's quite possible that NAFTA is tweaked unrecognizably, if not cancelled altogether. It's quite possible that Chinese companies which were giving out orders worry that they will be singled out and therefore don't give out orders. I think Prashant is referring to a general deflation in order giving all over the world. Do you worry something like that could happen?
Again, I think let's remember one thing. In every market, those that win are companies that bring the highest value leverage to consumers. That is, what do we mean by value leverage? Value divided by price they pay. So therefore, it doesn't matter what we say at the macroeconomic level, as long as America doesn't go back to what India was before 1991, in other words, totally shut themselves off, which we were doing, I don't think it will matter that much. They may fine-tune it here and there, but let's remember that he is the president of 300 million U.S. people, and I'm sure he will do what is in the best interest of America. And what is in the best interest of America is for its corporations to succeed, for its corporations to create more jobs, for its corporations to export more, right? And what he has said earlier is that there must be balance of payments. And he is right. Absolutely, he is right. There is no doubt. There should be balance of payments, and for that balance of payments to occur, you just cannot dump, right? And to that extent, Indian companies will not be impacted simply because we do bring tremendous value leverage to American companies. So I'm very, very positive.
All right, so we leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining in. So
I think that's very positive. I mean, if